We have a match against Abyss. We chose to keep the Prim. Good to start. Luminous is also a good start depending on their hand, and then Rose is a good rush as well to keep controlling the board. Reason we kept these is we're going to assume that it's aggro, so these are all just very good cards to control the board with. They're running Mino, so a good chance it's not aggro. Over here, Rose is good clear. And then, unfortunately, they had the Apollo, which clears out our Prim. But Luminous Magnus is a good turn. Clears their board, leaves us with a pretty strong board. They shouldn't have much that can clear this. But Undead Soldier is also a very annoying card that I have difficulties knowing how to clear. But luckily we have Gildaria. Gildaria is probably one of the few cards that we have that can actually fully clear this. And still leaves us with a full board. Like Gildaria, so good of a card. They had filled out and Mukan easily just freely clears our board. Managed to top the dogs, so dogs freely clear their board. Vos is able to snipe the Odin and then be an ambush, and then we'll just set up a ward. Surprisingly, they had Yuzuki, so that cleared out our whatever, our Vos. So kind of annoying there, but it is what it is. We we drew the Albert, so now the entire game plan is just to bring them down to 12 so we can super evolve Albert for lethal. Actually don't remember why we played Saria first. Can I go back? So right now, oh, because we're one off. We're one off from Gildaria, so we played Saria first. Makes sense. Yeah, otherwise the other way would have been much better, but not like we had a choice. And we can't Vos because Vos would have been too much. They didn't evolve anything, which makes it so Albert is lethal. At 18, this is exactly what we wanted, with it being 12 damage. Perfect. Next match against Rune. With Rune, Vos is good. Vos can hopefully snipe the Anangrea. Zirconia, always a target mulligan. And then Luminous and Saria are lets us curve. So Luminous first, because it's a wider board, and if it lives, that's 2 damage. Hard for them to clear. Boss is able to freely get rid of that to let us pressure. Hopefully this maintains. Never mind. I'm gonna say if we could maintain that, we could go for a very good Zirconia soon. But we are going first, so we don't get that very juicy Zirconia. They don't have the +1 and Anangrea, so that's pretty good. But that they had that instead. In that case, we can just pressure with Albert. 7 health is pretty hard for what's her face? Anangrea to clear. But it's Edelweiss. Edelweiss can clear it. But Edelweiss needs to sacrifice herself, so pretty good trade. Vol's ambush, and then we'll pre-evolve. Hopefully it can stay alive. Norman doesn't clear, so that's huge. And then with that, we can vanish and super evolve push face. Not lethal, but a lot of damage. And with that, Albert is lethal. We got another Abyss match. We're going to do the same thing. We're going second, and we're going to assume that it's aggro. So, good hand against aggro. We're going to prep with Luminous, but I think, thinking about it, I think playing the Prim would have been better. They played Phil Dow. We can try to assume that it's not aggro the way that they're trading. Very weird. Prim is a good turn here. And then might as well evolve and push more damage here with the way they're playing. This turn we get to Luminous. We'll evolve the Luminous just so we can get a wider board, more wards, keep pushing face. Very interesting trades, but we're going to play more aggressively. Since we're able to super evolve and play a samurai. There's six damage. Name down to 7. Medusa cleans this up very well. Cerberus, unfortunately, they do go for the healing Cerberus. Malia trades leaves us with a pretty good board. We also have Grimmer active. I completely forgot about Grimmer active. And then it leaves the Amalia alive. I think, like, if I'd be so mad if that was the case. I'd be so mad. Basically, this whole game we can chop it up to the Gensetsu. The Gensetsu let us win that. And that's lethal with Urius kills here. A Urius lethal. Next game we have is a mirror match. We'll keep the Prim. Prim is a good curve. They're going second, so they have a little bit of an advantage. We have a crap ton of Prims. Nonya, because not a lot we could do. They would probably Vulse it. Yeah, they had Vulse. Don't really have a lot of options, so Nonya. They had the Zirconia, because why wouldn't they, right? Even more so, unfortunately, they had Illuminous alive still, so they could trade that. The best we can do is just counter Zirconia. The Prim is enough damage to clear the Vulse, but unfortunately, we still keep the Luminous Lance Trooper alive. So his Luminous Lance Trooper is getting insane value right now. Our only option is to Gildaria here. Gildaria is able to trade. Oh, I just noticed that effect when Gildaria kills something. Oh, you see that? That's so clean. Wait, I didn't realize they had a special kill animation. Oh, we'll super evolve the Amalia here, Amelia here to keep our wards alive. But hindsight, I might not have supposed to have done that. I think just doing the Amelia, Prim, and Nonya was actually enough. Luminous Mag each here. Strongest combo. The Amelia Luminous Magus combo. How are they gonna clear this? Amalia. Now we're both out of super evolves. We are way lower health though at 7, but we don't have the risk of... Oh, actually, we do have the risk of Albert now because we're at 6. Luckily, they didn't have Albert. Otherwise, that would have been fucked. Wait, they didn't. They didn't kill there. Wait, I just realized that. Why didn't they kill there? Wait, that's so BM. Wait, they could have killed us there. Is that BM? I realized that. Is that BM? Is that a misclick or like? That's crazy. Because now they're just trading like a lunatic. They're at 17. Why are they playing like this? Well, this should just show to never give up, because it's insane what can happen. Well, that's pretty much game, because we drew the two Alberts enough to kill them. Well, hopefully that was a good showcase of the deck, but after seeing the replays, it just feels like the opponents missed lethal, and we're lucky, I guess. But either way, right now I think sword might be the strongest. It just has so much tools. It has so much tools for the late game. It has so much tools in the early game. It has so much tools for the mid game. It just does everything. If your game runs late, Olivia refills your hand. Even later, Urias, very good board lock. Albert, like, they literally just need to be at 12 health, and then you just Albert them. Like, your whole game plan most of the time is just trying to bring them down to 12 for Albert range on 9. Like hello. Gildaria, probably the best printed card this set, or Norman. Like, these two are like the best. Like, Gildaria and Norman, without a doubt, are the best card printed this set. Which one's on top? Up for debate. That's why the two decks are the two most seen. I mean, like, Gildaria, evolve it raw, very good value. If you draw it late in the game and it has the rally 20 and you're out evolved, even better value. The fact that it's super evolve as well, it's crazy. Crazy that it's super evolve. I think it would be strong enough if it was just regular evolve, but super evolve is insane. But rally 20 is also not a small number to reach for a rally right now. Other stuff, that's pretty much it. Like, I only have 2 Gildarias, so that's why I run a Geno and a Urias. But those are cards you can cut. I've seen many decks not run Urias, but I have him, so I want to run him. Luminous Magnus at 2, but very playable at 3 if you want. Rose, I have 2, but I've seen decks with 3 and then they cut an Albert. Hound of War, you can bump that number up, you can bump that number down. Very flexible. A lot of flexibility in this deck. And very strong. So that's all for this, and thanks for watching.